Hello and welcome to your first Ponder podcast for the Puzzle Cube. You can see we have some due dates that we're going to shoot for, and we're going to go through all of the modeling for the Puzzle Cube. So, after you get your question of the day done, you can always check this 4.1b for all the instructions and details and procedures for this project. You've already clicked right here where it says helpful video, and that's why you're watching me. Right here, the first thing we want to do is finish 3 exploded cube drawings. 3 exploded cube drawings look just like this. So you were making a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. So what I'd like you to do is separate each layer. So this is the top layer, this is the middle layer, and this is the bottom layer of your puzzle cube, very similar to a cake. And you're going to use colored pencils or markers and draw out or color out different parts. Remember, you want to try to have as many interlocking parts as possible. You want to have at least 3 drawings. So you want to have 3 drawings. So this is one included drawing that would make this. You also, the parts, okay, each part of your puzzle cube needs to have 3 to 6 cubed parts. And as you can see, that my example, right here is a cube, right here is a cube, and right here is a cube. So that would be 3, and then I added 1 in the middle and 1 right above that. Okay, the puzzle cubes have got to be face to face so we can glue them on. So this yellow part would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would be a 5-part puzzle cube. Then you can always check 4.1b for more details. We're not going to worry about this stuff on the right quite yet. Okay, so please have 3 drawings. After you have 3 drawings, it's time for a peer evaluation. Okay. Pick someone who you can trust, pick someone who will challenge you. What you're checking for is accuracy, neatness, and readability. You need to be able to understand what you have created and you're going to draw and you're going to do, but also someone else. Okay, and that's kind of the primary objective for this class is you want to learn how to design and also read designs of engineers. After you have done the peer evaluation, you're going to sign off as a witness on on both yours and your teammates or your peers' drawings. Then you're going to take your 3 drawings to our decision matrix. Okay, when you click here, it's going to send you to this matrix, and we've got some basic instructions right here. So you're going to copy and paste this. So you can start by left clicking on the A and dragging over to the G column, hitting Control C on your keyboard. Alright, so then we'll go to your internet, and of course some of you might already be signed in. Alright, so we're going to go to our Google Drive. And in your folder, you are going to create a spreadsheet. Alright, so you should have a blank spreadsheet here. Go ahead and click on the A1 cell and hit Control V. So Control C is to copy, Control V is to paste. So the next thing, step number 2 says change your title to, so we're going to click there, and you can very lightly see it there. It says decision matrix and then your initials. Go ahead and click OK. One more thing I'd like you to do is between the D and the E, go ahead and double click that, and then also between the F and the G, you can see when I'm just holding it over, my mouse over, and it changes to the side to side. Alright, now I'm going to go through my 3 puzzle cubes and I'm going to create some numbers. If you want to make this a little neater, you can highlight this and go to borders, and we'll create all borders. That looks sharp. All right, so number of interlocking parts. So if I look on my puzzle cube, I only have one interlocking part. That means I have width, I have height, and I have depth to my part. All my others, for example, my blacks, only have width and height. There's no depth to it. The same thing with my blue and my green and my red. So I'll go back to, and I'll put 1. For the puzzle cube, 5 cube parts. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my black. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 for green, and that's it. So I have 3. Because blue has 6, and red also has 6. So I'll put 6 on there. Parts more than 6, so I have 0. But for every part that has more than 6, you're going to every cube, you're going to subtract 1. For example, if you have a 7 cube part, that's a -1. If you have an 8 cube part, that's a -2, and so on and so forth. Does it form a cube? And this is simple yes or no. So hopefully everybody gets a point on that. And how appropriate challenge do you think? Do you think 1 for very easy or 5 for very difficult? Well, I think mine's pretty easy, so I'm going to put a 2. All right, my formula didn't follow me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this right here, and this will create a function, and I'm going to hit sum, and then I'm going to left click and drag across, so I'm highlighting cells B6 to F6 and simply hit enter. And now I'm going to re-click on G6 and grab this blue dot on the bottom right, drag it down, and now the formula follows. So I'm going to simply plug in more numbers. So for example, if I had a 4-piece and a 6, and maybe I had one that was bigger than that, and yes it does, but I think it's really difficult. Okay, you can see that, hey, this is higher than this, 14 is higher than 10, so this I'm going to do puzzle cube number 2 now, so far. And then I'll plug in puzzle cube number 3. So after you've used the decision matrix, I'm going to ask that the puzzle that you've decided on working on, we're going to design the isometric parts of the puzzle. And you do that on isometric paper, and that looks simply like this over here. Now you're going to do each part on isometric paper. After you draw them with your pencil, please use a colored pencil to color coordinate those with your puzzle cube. And then we are going to, after you're completed with that, you're going to do multi-view drawings. You can do that in your notebook. And that looks like this. Remember, you're going to do a front view. Front view is determined by whatever has the longest dimension, the most detail, and then you'll do a side view and a top view directly lined up with each other. And if you need to do another side view, like a left side or a bottom side, you'll please do that. For example, this one right here, to explain everything with a multi-view, I had to do a front, a right, a top, and another left side, or a left side. With the others, all I had to do were a front, a right side, and a top view. The dotted lines represent hidden lines, and remember the solid lines are our object lines. After you've completed that, please have a peer check both your isometric and your orthographic or multi-view drawings, and then you can start doing your part files on Inventor. So you're simply going to create each part on using Autodesk Inventor.